So I'm recording this on March 13th, which is the beginning of daylight savings time in most of the states in the United States. And they have the little saying spring forward so you can remember what to do with your clock because if you're like most people and myself, I get confused all the time. But needless to say, um, spring forward. So I was thinking of spring, and I had eco dyed some fabric that I thought had kind of the spring feel to it. So I thought I'd put this little packet together, some things that I think would look kind of cute in a spring journal, and let's just start looking at the different items. I didn't have much of this left. A lot of you have seen this in different colors, but I just think it's cute and fluffy, and it's just like a little rosette, and it always looks cute in a little feminine journal or something that looks kind of spring. And these take dyes really well. So if you wanted to change the color or tea dye it, perfect. I've been doing these little Timmy these little Timmy dolls and putting flowers around them. Some of them are dried flowers that I've taken out of my garden, and then some of them are little stickers that I acquired last year. So each one will have one of these. Now, almost everything, I'll explain which items, but almost everything is one of a kind except for a few things, and I'll point those out. So everything will be different in each packet, but everybody will get a little Timmy doll. You'll also get two postcards, and most of these are from, like, this is from 1913, and most of them are around that era, like the late 1800s, early 1900s. So I searched the ones out that had sort of like a little spring look to it, that had, flowers blooming. So you'll get two of those along with the Timmies. And then I was playing around with these these tags, and I have this um embossing folder. That's what you call it. Embossing folder that has that lace look that recently came out. I usually don't go around buying embossing folders, but this one really intrigued me. So I did some of these in some, what I call, some pretty cool colors. So this has more of a vintage look to it, that particular color. And then this is a little light green with a little bit of yellow in there. And then this one has a lot more purple effects in it. So each packet will have one of these in each one. Then each one won't be the same. It'll be from different documents, but you're going to get a page of written in French, because I thought, I think that would look pretty cool inside of your journal. For some reason, when I think of spring, I always think of Paris. I have no idea. I've never been to Paris, but that always comes to my mind. I think it's from the old song April in Paris and the movie. I'm guessing. I have no idea. Then you're going to have a piece of handmade paper, which will look really cool in there. And you're going to get an assortment of four or five different napkins that have, has birds and plants. Tried to say that in all one word, does not work. Each of them will have one of these. It's the only thing that each will for sure have. And then the rest of them will just be, random. I took the ones that I only had a few of so that I can lower my stash. But for sure, everybody gets one of those. Then I have this old ledger that had some really cool writing. And I know a lot of you ladies buy ledger paper, but then you don't use it. because you don't have the heart to tear it up. Well, hello, I teared it up for you. So there's plenty of little doodads, writings that you will be able to tear up and incorporate into your little journal. Also, I had this tissue paper that has a bunch of French writing to go along with my fantasy Paris Paris adventure in spring. And so you'll each get a piece of that. Then I eco dyed this fabric. Now, every piece is going to be different. And the way the lighting is, I know you can't see it too well. And it is faint. It isn't a really, really dark print that came out with this, because this is a synthetic fabric and you normally need to do this on some kind of a natural fabric. So it took, but not as good as it could. So 24, 25, 26. It's about 26 inches long and about 9 or 10 inches high. So you can do quite a few things with that if you wanted to wrap your journal with it or whatever it is you decide to do. And then this piece, I just think this is so pretty. I hope it shows up because it is white and sometimes just kind of all blends together. But this one is about 13 inches by 9 inches. And I just love this. It's so pretty. So there's enough there. If you want to make the cover out of this and decorate with this or vice versa, it'll work out just fine. Then you're going to get a couple of eco prints that I think go with these colors. And this being one of them that has a little bit, I'm trying to remember if this one was the one I did with the beet or I'm not sure. But it has a tinge of color around the edges that it kind of is almost the color of avocado dyeing. And that's what was used in this one. Maybe it was the avocado one. I'm getting them all confused. And then one that has a green or kind of green or mint tint to it. And then one that kind of sort of looks on the purple side. And again, each one of these are going to look different because, of course, they're one of a kind. And then two coffee dyed pieces of paper, and then a cover to a songbook. Of course, they'll all be different, to some piano music, and then just this cardstock to stabilize everything. But I think you'll agree that this is going to make kind of a cute little spring journal. I hope you agree, because I think so. A lot of cool stuff is in here, and you can make a wide variety of choices in what direction you want this little project to go in. And I had a lot of fun putting it together as usual. Half the fun is putting it together. I hope you guys know that. Uh-oh, where'd my doohickey go? Oh, there it is. Anyway, I think it needs a new home, or at least new interpretation of what April in Paris is. And I really think you guys could do a really good job of doing that.